All right, we're here. We're live, unadvised, here on Sports Animal, YouTube, Facebook, anywhere you get your podcasts, on X as well, at Unadvised Pod. I'm Preston Poole. That is Tyler Adams, Teabag. Again, this is Unadvised, I would say post-game show, but like post-game show. The day after the Oklahoma City Thunder beat the Indiana Pacers in Game 5 of the NBA Finals to take a 3-2 lead. What a game it was! Such a flip from Game 4, where it looked like the Pacers were going to control the game, all game of Game 4, and the Thunder come back and win. Thunder kind of controlled most of last night until Teabag, the TJ McConnell minutes.
The third quarter TJ McConnell, where were you?
Yeah. TJ McConnell brought the Pacers back from what they were down. I know they're down 18 at some point, but I don't think they were down 18 at that point. I would think they were down probably like 15, 14, somewhere in there. And he makes like 3 or 4 straight buckets and pulls the Pacers within like 5, and then the Thunder make a little mini run. That's kind of what last night was, right? Like the Thunder would pull away, the Pacers would make a little mini run, then the Thunder would make a little mini run to get the lead back to what it was before that Pacers run. It was just kind of back and forth until Pascal Siakam hit that 3. I forget how much time was left in the game, but it was
8:30.
Yeah, so 8:30 left in the ball game.
Bad thoughts after that crept into the mind. They never entered the mind, but they were creeping in there.
I was sitting there. I was like, they're really about to let these guys back into this game, huh?
Bad thoughts crept into the mind. They never entered. They were going to enter, but they never did, because Jalen Williams, Alex Caruso, Cason Wallace, Chet Holmgren, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Lou Dort, their defense would not allow it to happen.
Yeah.
Jalen Williams on the offensive end and Shai on the offensive end would not allow it to happen. It was that last 8.5 minutes. Once they tied that game, and then you blinked and you're like, it's a 13-point game again. All of a sudden, it was I had a flashback, Preston, to watching the Heat game. You remember that game? Came back all the way. It was like a January game.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
they came back from like 20 points or whatever. It's just like, it's nothing. They came back and did it. I remember I tweeted out that night, just never count them out, no matter what. Just never count them out. And last night, no one was really counting them out. They kind of gave up a little bit of a comfortable lead, but in Game 4, I was kind of have to remind myself of that. And then last night, I was just like, this is fine. This is fine. Yeah. I'm gonna blink my eye and they're gonna be up. And then what do you know? It happens once again. Their defense is just suffocating. Yeah. Suffocating.
Well, and another big thing that was different from last night is total turnovers for Indiana, 32 points off of those turnovers for the Oklahoma City Thunder. That hasn't happened yet in this series, right? Even the game that they won by, I don't even know how much that was, like 15 in Game 2 or whatever, at Paycom Center. That hasn't happened yet, them scoring that much points off of turnovers in this series. And we all know that's what, kind of fuels this Thunder team, right? I mean, look at the run they made there in the fourth quarter to put it away. It was off of J-Dub hitting shots and, the defense getting steals and whatnot. So got to get those points. Points in the paint, I kind of figured the Thunder would take that. They didn't last night. Just kind of interesting. But overall, I mean, that was I don't want to say their best game they've played, because they're in the third quarter. I mean, they couldn't buy a shot. And it seems like that's happened almost every single game this series.
It may not have been their best game, but it was someone else's best game. Jalen Williams, man. J-Dub. Oh, my God. It's not even like you proved the haters wrong. Look at you. People were trying to trade you. You proved them wrong. It's not even that, Preston, because that's a conversation you can have when he has 31 points. It's like, look at that. That's how you play Batman. He was the best basketball player on the court last night. On every single end, style, play, possession, offense, defense, whatever it was. He was the best player on the court last night. You don't have 20 points in the playoffs or 40 points in the playoffs as a number 2 historically. There's 4 or 5 guys that are the technically number 2 on their team that have ever done it in the finals.
I think Russ did it
last night. Russ did it.
Yeah. Which, by the way, he's in a list with some great players that are his age or younger that have scored 40 points in the finals too. So,
yeah, it's him, Russell Westbrook, and Magic Johnson.
Yeah, it's quite the list.
There's a lot of lists. There's like active players who scored 40 in the playoffs. There's players overall. There's the Batman or the Robin to the Batman who has scored 40 points. I mean, he was remarkable last night. He shot it efficiently too. He didn't get 40 on a bunch of free throws or just taking a bunch of shots. He was efficient with it, and the way Preston, just the way he's able just to go to the rim and just float that ball up in such control.
I forgot who said it, but someone was like, J-Dub's out here making like shots you take in horse when you're playing horse.
Yeah.
That's what it seemed like at some points last night.
If Russell Westbrook had J-Dub shot, he might be the best player of the time.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, the way J-Dub can just drive to the rim and that he's get fouled, he's going to finish it. One of the two is going to happen is remarkable. And just last night, what a game. I mean, talk about a game of your life. Talk about proving everyone wrong. And again, you don't see players at 24 years old doing what he's doing. You just don't. I mean, you saw Russell do it once. You saw Magic do it in 1980. Outside of that.
Well, I don't know if anyone saw that. They might have heard about it, but I don't know if they saw
it. It's just one of those things where he has so much room to get better on still.
Yeah.
He still can be so much better. And last night
I think
he clicks. Whoa.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing for him is obviously consistency, right? Because he has those games, right? But then he has the games where he shoots the ball 10 times and, nothing's working for him, which to his credit, I guess, if he does that, he's not, trying to force anything on offense. But the thing about him is, like Daignault said the other night, is that they know he is capable of doing that. So you can't just like take him off the court. Plus he's one of your best defenders as well. So you need him out there and he can get it done, multiple ways. 14 of 25 from the field last night for J-Dub. It's pretty good.
Remarkable.
Yeah.
I mean, he was absolutely amazing, and he helped lead that comeback. I mean, when I say comeback, not the comeback, the close it out run.
Yeah. Thankfully, they didn't have to come back in that one. That would have been tough. What did you think of the change in the starting lineup the last two games? Back to what it previously was.
With Hartenstein.
Yeah.
I think it's probably the right call. It's what they're used to. It's what they know. It's what they've done. And me and you talked about it. I don't think it's why the Thunder lost game 1 or game 3.
No.
Obviously.
Yeah.
But I think you put yourself in a better position to win with Kaysen and Caruso coming off the bench because they're such a tag team together in that second unit. That's such an advantage that I thought that was more important than who starts, not was the rotation that goes along with it.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter about who starts or not, but it can. The rotations matter, and Caruso and Kaysen, that tag team they have on defense is very important. It's very important in that second rotation, and so I'm glad they've reverted back to it.
In the if you haven't heard the nickname, Cookies and Cream.
Cookies and Cream. I have not. I love it. Who coined him with that?
I don't know. I've been seeing it through the playoffs on Twitter. So I don't know who exactly did that, but I was like, all right, yeah, I like that. Cool. We'll roll with that. SGA 31 points last night. Wasn't his most efficient game, but he does join Hakeem Olajuwon, Michael Jordan, and Kobe Bryant as the only players in NBA history with 15 or more 30-plus point games in a single postseason. All Hall of Famers right there. all have multiple rings as well. I think Olajuwon won 2 with the Rockets, right?
Yeah, he won 2.
Yeah.
But the 2 year, well, Michael was back halfway through the
Yeah.
season in '95, but yep.
So that's a good list. And by the way,
Pretty good.
he scored 30 in 4 out of the 5 games in the finals. Which goes to my other point is that there was a lot of people on X last night saying that maybe J-Dub should get Finals MVP, and I say no. Shea's clearly been the best player throughout the whole entire finals on either team, and he's averaging over 30 points a game in the NBA Finals.
And also, the Thunder are down 3-1 without Shai Gilgeous-Alexander going in the last night.
Yeah, in Game 4, exactly. Yeah, if he doesn't go off,
that
in the
Game
final
4
5 minutes,
won him the Finals MVP if the Thunder were to pull this out.
Yeah, no, 100%. I agree with you there. What did you think about Chet last night? Obviously, the offense wasn't there, but he came up big on defense, had a couple of blocks late in the game. So did Shai as well. I think Shai had, 4 or 5 blocks last night, had more than
steals.
Chet.
A couple of big steals at the end.
What do you make of Chet just being kind of look, again, he's only played, a season and a half, so I understand the notion of him still being kind of lost at times, but what's your opinion on how he's been, at least in the finals so far?
Chet's just kind of been the same throughout these playoffs.
Yeah.
One, right now, I do think he's pretty beat up. It's not an excuse. If you're on the court playing, you're on the court playing.
And did turn those 2 ankles in Game 4. I did forget about that.
I think he's clearly beat up, and I think that's affecting his offensive game because you see him get the rebounds and stuff, and he looks like, more of a baby deer than he usually
Not
does.
good at the rim last night at all.
No.
On offense, at least.
He's not. And his dribbling has been questionable too. But I mean, his defense is.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't say enough about his defense. The way he's able to go from the perimeter to inside is incredible. I mean, his wingspan, just everything.
He was 4 of 15 last night and still ended up a plus 12.
Plus 12. Yeah.
Yeah, 3 blocks, 11 boards,
5 offensive.
Yeah, 5 offensive rebounds, and he hit 1 out of 3 threes. So,
and also
that just tells you how good his defense was.
Shout out to Aaron Wiggins once again, just saving basketball in Oklahoma City.
4 for 10, 4 of 7 from 3, 2 of 2 from the line. He was -5, but 14 points overall. Yeah, defensively, obviously a liability, I think. But if he's going to bring you 4 for 7 from 3, then who cares? Right, because you hit 3 threes the game before, and he made more threes in one game than the whole team did the game before.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure he was on the court during that TJ McConnell run too, so that affected his plus minus. But yeah, on the offensive end, he was great last night. I mean, Alex Caruso once again, just Alex Caruso, he's gonna have 2 points or 15 points. He's always gonna be a menace and a plus in the plus minus category. 4 steals last night. Effort play of the game, diving on the ball over Siakam, giving it to J-Dub getting fouled, leading the free throws. That was just that was the moment in the game last night where you're like, all right, you start feeling a lot better. You're never comfortable until the clock says 0 with this Pacers team. But last night, whenever Caruso made that play, that's when you're like, all right, I'm starting to relax just a hair a little bit more, because that was just a championship level play, championship level defense.
I just remember this, that Rick Carlisle pulled all of his starters with 2 minutes left, something like that.
Yeah, it was like a 9-point game.
Yeah, are you surprised by that? Kind of, I guess, throwing in the towel right there and just say, hey, we'll take it back home for Game 6.
Yeah, I'd understand if you're up 3-1 and you're like, all right, we'll go close it out, Indiana. But you're going down 3-2. Now you're like, all right, we have to win in 7 on the road in Oklahoma City. Why not? You've done it before. You've come back in a crazy way before. Why not try it last night? I didn't get that. I didn't get that on his end. I also didn't understand why I didn't play TJ McConnell more in the fourth quarter. He played.
I was just going to bring that up. He scored 15 points, I think, in the third quarter, it seemed like. And then he sat for like 3 quarters of the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
You guys do that math. I'm not good with fractions. But yeah, should have played more in the fourth quarter, because the Thunder had no answer for him last night. They also had no answer for Pascal Siakam, who's been the best pacer so far in this series.
Yeah, he's definitely been the best pacer for sure. I mean, we can get to the Tyrese Halliburton as well. He obviously struggled big time last night, waiting to hear back from his MRI results.
Yeah.
But again, if you're on the court, you can't use injury as an excuse. You just can't. If you're good enough to play, you're good enough to play. End of story.
By the way,
He
will play. He will play Game 6. There's no way that he's going to miss, unless that
100%.
thing is like torn in half and he's not able to play physically.
Yeah, it's he's believed, according to Shams, to have suffered a strained right calf and get an MRI to determine its severity. We haven't heard anything back yet. I don't know whether it's tonight or in the morning. But I mean, and I don't want to rip Tyrese. I don't want to make this a like I'm trying to be an Indy hater. Preston, I think me and you. I mean, right now we're Indy haters because we're going against them in the finals. But me and you have obviously been, hey, respect the Patriots throughout these entire playoffs. I do think the superstar thing is really unfair with Tyrese because if you look at him for the first 46 minutes, he's just an all-star. When I say just an all-star, he's an all-star, which is, I mean, it's very good. You're a 20, 25 player in the league. The last 2 minutes, he's like top 2 player in the league. He's incredible. He's not afraid of the moment whatsoever. But I mean, last night is just another example of like he was not. I mean, not only did he only have 4 points, he only shot the ball 6 times. He didn't make a field goal, 0 for 6. Only shot the ball 6 times.
All his points at the line.
You cannot do that. You cannot do that if you're Tyrese Halliburton. You're not. I mean, you need to step up more and you need to be more aggressive in the NBA Finals.
Yeah. I was. I lost my train of thought. On what I was gonna say, but yeah, see, I do think unless like that thing is like off of whatever bone it's attached to, that he's going to be playing. Come Thursday night. I remember what I was going to say now. Is that the worst finals performance you've ever seen from a player of his caliber, at least? I couldn't even think of anything at the top of my head. It was just
stuff. LeBron in 2011 for his standards pretty bad.
Yeah, but not making a field goal, man. I mean, come on, that's tough.
Yeah. I mean, it's up there. It's definitely up there.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's get to some of our comments because Harry's commented a lot at this point. He's wanting to know if he should go to Game 7. Hopefully, there's not a Game 7. Harry.
Please no Game 7.
Yeah. Hopefully, there's no Game 7.
Winning on Thursday too. I mean, Thursday going into the weekend.
Yeah.
Compared to a Sunday night is just so much different. I mean, a Sunday night, we're going to party. Don't get me wrong. Everyone's going to be partying. Everyone's going to live it up. Don't get me wrong. But like, everyone's going to be willing to go the extra mile if you're like, all right, I just have 1 day of work. Or I can just take Friday off or work from home, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Compared to like, oh my gosh, tomorrow's Monday and I have a full work week ahead. Plus a potential, or if you win it, a parade. Winning on Thursday, please, winning on Thursday, the ultimate dream. I'm not one to really care if they win at home or not. I don't know about you.
I don't care either. Obviously, it's cooler if you win at home, but yeah, just win the damn thing, right?
I'm gonna feel the exact same joy either way.
Yeah, I've already got the okay from the boss. I'm gonna be bringing like a 12-pack up there just in case, in case of emergency. And we'll have some fun
on that mini fridge. It's still dirty.
I'll bring a cooler. We'll have some fun on the post game. Should things go the right way. Derek says, "Sup, brothers? Is it actually going to happen? I sure as hell hope so."
If it happen,
I mean, look,
we're going to be on live for a while because we're going to be in our beds just under the covers crying.
Yeah. Look, they have two games to win one. Thunder haven't lost 2 games in a row in a long time, and I know everyone will say, "Well, the Pacers didn't either until last night." That's right, that's true. But I just, like I said before the series, I just don't see this Pacers team beating the Thunder 2 games in a row. I don't, and that's been true so far. So we'll see. A lot of ball left, 48 minutes away from a title. So we'll see. I've got some other stuff here on the game though that I want to get to.
In your category,
huh?
Is Doris Burke in your category?
category of
this or in your topics list?
no, but if
Okay.
you want
Well,
it to be, then throw it out there. What you got?
we don't have to spend a whole lot of time. I mean, all we've done these entire playoffs is just rip on Dorsberg. Did you see her outfit last night?
I did see that she was dressed up in yellow last night. Yes.
A bright yellow dress
Yeah.
with I think it was like blue splattering on it. So Pacers colors. Preston, you've sat in a press box. I've sat in a press box. I think most people we've worked with have sat in a press box.
Yeah.
When you go and sit in a press box, you sit and think, because we do have to be professional up there. Like, obviously, in your mind, you're like, when I'm sitting in the OG press box, I'm cheering in my head, but you have to be professional up there. And when you're in the OU press box, it's the same way. When you're just media and you need to be a neutral observer and you have to pay the respect of, like, I'm in the media, I need to act like it right now. Outfits do go in it. Jim Traber has talked about, obviously he's not on air, he's in Vegas right now, so he's talked about in the past how he wore a red shirt one time to Bedlam without even like really thinking about it. All the OU fans were ripping him, saying, learn my lesson, don't do that. He's like, I didn't mean to do it, just learn my lesson. Kerry Murdoch talked this morning. He's like, I'm very wary about, all right, obviously don't wear red. Who's OU playing today? Okay, they're playing LSU. Don't wear purple or yellow. I'll wear green, or I'll wear blue. It's just kind of like common sense thing. And that's why last night it's like, I think that was a manufactured dressing by one Dorsberg.
And then also just to slip it in there.
She was also questioning Chet's toughness at one point of the game.
Yeah.
And Mike Breen literally cut her off. He's like, look, what are you like? He just got mauled and fell very hard to the floor. And he popped up. Like, he seems like he's pretty tough. You could tell Richard Johnson and Mike Breen are getting kind of annoyed.
Yeah, she must have placed a wager on Indiana. That's not going her way.
She's the blackest rednecks in Oklahoma.
It could also be a thing. Cason Wallace last night I thought was solid, knocking down 3 of the threes that he took. Overall, I mean, everyone remembers Game 4. The Thunder hit 3 threes in that game. It was abysmal, right? I mean, J-Dub after Game 4 did the interview with SVP on SportsCenter, and he was like, I looked up in like the third quarter, and our three-point percentage was at 8%, and I thought it was a mistake. It's like, no, dude, that's how bad you guys were shooting.
Yeah.
So they shot 14 of 32 from 3 last night. That's about 3.8% from beyond the arc last night. Great improvement. How about Kenrich Williams, who continues the last couple of games just to provide great minutes off the bench? And he was like, a +4 yesterday? +4, and only took 1 shot and didn't make it. So he's just still able to contribute in different ways off the bench without, needing the ball and trying to get up shots.
Can he hustle? I mean, what can he say? When he comes in, you're like, all right, here we go. Something's going to change. I don't know what, but something is.
Yeah.
He
was great. In his, how many minutes did he even play last night? I felt like he was in there for
11, I think.
Yeah, 11 minutes last night. The least amount on the guys that played. 9 guys played for the Thunder last night. So Dagnall,
we're talking about rotation shortened, and it's tied. It went from 6.5, 7 back to 9.
Yeah,
we're all over the place.
It was interesting to not see Isaiah Joe get out there. That's probably just due to defense, if I had to guess. So I wonder if there is a line yet on
4.5.
I'm seeing 6.5 for the Thunder.
4.5.
Open at least on ESPN Bet, it opened at 5.5.
5.5.
I
saw 4.5 earlier, so it's moving. It's moving a lot.
Being bet in a big way for the Thunder coming up on Thursday. I mean, we're going to get into some hockey here in a sec, but I mean, just looking towards Thursday, what are your thoughts on what happens in that one?
Indiana's been playing desperate. They're going to be they're going to try everything and anything they can. It's going to be tough. It's going to be really tough for the Thunder to win that one. With that said, I'm confident. I'm confident. I'm confident in Thursday, but it's going to be a dogfight. I mean, obviously, it goes without saying. That's no hot take. That's a no duh. But they're going to be doing. They're going to be throwing everything at the Thunder possible, and they're good at throwing things and confusing the other team. They're really good at it.
So let's play a little game real quick. You wake up tomorrow morning, you're about to head up to work, and you see the line has moved, or maybe you're already, since you get up there so damn early, maybe you're already sitting at work, and you see the line has moved up to Thunder 10.5 point favorites. Does that tell you that Tyrese Halliburton isn't going to play, or that they just think,
for sure.
If
it's that big, yeah. Do they just use him as a decoy?
Yeah. That would be the thing. Like, he would have to be completely out to do that. I think there is a chance it probably could go up to like 7.5, 8.5. I think if people keep betting it, obviously the way that they are, I think that a lot of people are going to think the Thunder have a big chance to blow them out in this game. So we'll see. They've done it already. Once their last closeout game, and then had that great game against Denver to take that series in game 7. Little different though, a little bit more high stakes at the moment. All right, let's get into some.
I also just think they're so much more confident now than they were going into game 6 in Denver.
It just seemed not like a different team out there last night, but a more like composed, like, all right, we won that game in Indiana. Things are different now. Mm-hmm. Let's go on and let's close this thing out. Which obviously, again, this thing has mirrored the Denver series to a T almost, right? So let's just hope Indiana doesn't get their home game and head back to Oklahoma City.
Don't want it. I want to party all weekend long.
Yeah,
I will say I went to the lake this weekend. Oh, this is a great problem to have, Preston. Like, this is like the best possible problem I could have. I will say, if knock on wood, the Thunder do pull it out on Thursday, I'm leaving for the lake Friday, and I feel like I'm just gonna have FOMO not being in Oklahoma City.
Yeah,
like during the most fun time to probably ever be in Oklahoma City. But great problem to have, and I'm going to the lake, so I can't really complain all too much.
Well, I can tell you that I'll be here, and we'll be doing radio on Saturday. So if the Thunder do win, we'll have a party on the radio.
Just play "Don't Stop Me Now" the whole time.
Yeah, that's all we'll play. We'll have to figure out the copyright rules on that, but I'm sure we can get around it. Yeah,
between us and the inner circle that are listening right now, we played it quite a bit. Like, if they're gonna come after us, they're coming after the Morning Animals. Big time.
I think the Morning Animals have the pocketbook to do that. All right, let's get into
Go against Queen. Come on.
That is true, right? All right, hockey going on right now. Game 6. This being played in Florida. The Florida Panthers taking on the Edmonton Oilers. Florida's up 1-0 so far. About 5 minutes into the game. So this is they scored like maybe a minute ago, if that.
Okay, I was gonna say I've got the tracker on my phone. I'm not watching, but I've been watching the score.
Yeah, I've got that up as well. It's taking too long, but I popped it on my phone real quick just to see, and they scored immediately as I put it on there. But this has been a fun series. Panthers lead 3-2, so if they win tonight, they close it out. Need to get one if you're the Oilers. Need to get one. If Canada has any hope, you got to get this one tonight.
Also, I don't think they scored, Preston.
Am I?
I've got it on here.
I've got it here on live, and it says 1-0 on the scoreboard.
Maybe we should just go to the game real quick and
and 15:03 left in the first period.
Oh yeah, it's just someone told me to download the Real app. You got the Real app?
No.
The sports app. Someone told me to download it, and I did, and then it's very fast, and obviously not fast enough because it's still 0-0, and time is just ticking down. Like, whenever I was like, I don't think they scored. It was 14:47 left in the game. Now it's at 14:18. It still says 0 minute.
Oh, really? Well, unless they're going to go ahead and take it away, who knows? We'll see. I feel like they would have already done that.
Edmonton obviously needs to win because they know the season's over. Florida's
Yeah.
champions. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Nothing. There we go. Back-to-back Stanley Cups for McDavid and not winning would be a tough look. And I'm McDavid. Like, I like McDavid. I want him to win. I'm rooting for Edmonton. Just saying, from the outside, back-to-back years. How many opportunities do you have? How many opportunities do you have?
That is very true. Maybe he's just run into a buzzsaw in the Panthers. Yeah, maybe that's the case. That or
Miami.
That or every Canadian team is just cursed now at this point and will never win another title.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah. It's this series has been very, very, very entertaining. There's been 5 games. Oilers have won 2 of them.
It's either been close or a blowout.
the 2 games Oilers won have gone to overtime and awesome games. Panthers have won 1 overtime game in game 2. But the other 2 Panthers wins have been pretty comfortable wins. So looking like the Panthers are the better team once again. Not going to count out the Oilers and McDavid quite yet. But I mean, I'm excited to get down and watch this game. I mean, big time Edmonton guy right here. You know me, diehard Oilers fan.
Been a diehard Oilers fan for the last week or 2.
Root on the boys, but man, you got to get this if you're McDavid. You just do. And I want a Game 7 hockey. I don't want Game 7 NBA. I want Game 7 hockey.
Yeah. Well, of course, you have a lot less emotion going through you.
It'd be great for the Saturday nightcap. It'd be awesome.
All right, let's get a couple more of these comments in real quick before we get out of here. Derek says, I really like when Jada brings the ball up the court. It gives SGA some rest and he gets downhill and attacks the rim. Yeah, that's something that I've noticed the last 2 games. SGA's gotten a lot more rest at spots in the game when he usually doesn't. So I think that's just something they threw in there to keep him kind of good to go late in the game when they're going to need him the most.
Yeah, he's gotten the rest early. I mean, you can tell there's moments that he looks tired, but it's not affecting him his game. So, I mean, you can say he did a little in game 3, but he's rebounded, obviously, since.
And Jeffrey just says Thunder, to which I say Thunder right back at you, Jeffrey.
Thunder.
So,
Thunder, Jeffrey.
Thunder. All right, that's going to do it for us. We'll be back later in the week. We'll let you know when that is. Because it won't be Thursday, I'll tell you that. We will be thundering up that day as the Thunder take on the Pacers in Game 6 of the NBA Finals with a chance to clinch the title on Thursday night. By the way, just know whenever that, either Game 6 or going into Game 7, whatever, if anything were to happen, should the Thunder win, we will have a lot of coverage for you on the Sports Animal. That is one thing I can confirm.
Also, did you see that they found a body in the canal today?
I did see that.
I don't really dig into it much, but I'll still do it. But
we might need to test the waters.
Hibbies. We'll wear my water shoes too.
We'll send Mark in first to test out the waters.
Mark's going in first. Mark signed us up for all this. He's going in first.
So yeah, we'll do that. But all right, until next time, everyone, have a great one. Make sure you watch some basketball and let's have a party, guys. Let's have some fun. All right, let's go win Game 6. That'll do it for us. See ya.